didn't quite work the way I was hoping, but okay, I'll try it again. There's a new little toy to play with on our software. So how are you doing today? This is Nikki with Keeping It Real, and I'm with Carrie, of course. How are things going?
Very good, thank you.
Good. So we're getting into kind of an annual time thing here today where it's back to school. And I was just talking to Carrie kind of off screen about this. And I was one of those moms who never wanted my kids to go to school. I mean, it was kind of fun sometimes because we'd have moms mimosas or something the day that they went. So I mean, we always try to make the best of it. But I always like to have my kids hang out with me and I was just on Carrie, go paddleboarding and extend summer as long as possible. And so it was kind of always a sad time for me. I know it was kind of you too. You said kind of bittersweet. It was kind of excited to go and see him grow and do all that good stuff, but it was also kind of sad to see him leave too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this, maybe you do, but I used to homeschool my kids. So getting ready for school kind of brought a lot of things to do besides just, getting school clothes and getting your school stuff and, school supplies. It was getting a lot of school supplies because I had to order supplies to teach the classes and to do the classes and things to go with the classes and all that good stuff. So it was kind of a big process. And part of that was getting my house put together. I mean, because summer, everybody's kind of running around doing different things. I mean, right now I'm looking around my house going, oh goodness, there's so many projects that need to get done before the end of the month or the next month, I should say, because it's going to start getting into the wet time. So there's just a lot of stuff to do at the end of the year. And that was always kind of a big thing. But getting the kids prepared and getting organized, I guess, is probably the best way to say it, was probably one of the biggest things that I would always do. And that's kind of what we're going to tie in for today for our talk. You ready for it? Here we go. Okay. So it's back to school, and these are some home upgrades that can actually add a little bit of value to your home while you're thinking about, putting this together for your kids. I mean, getting ready for back to school, it kind of is a great time to do this. So why is it a great time? It's because you're kind of starting fresh. I mean, it's like I said, it was kind of the season kind of ended and it's kind of like a new year. I mean, that's a new school year. So it's like a new year. So it was getting back into those routines again, getting lunches and, making sure everybody's set up and ready to go and have a place to put their things so they can find them in the morning. So you're not scrambling, especially when the kids are littler. Home improvements was a huge one. And just even the small things, little tiny things you can do sometimes can add a huge amount of value to your home. So we're going to kind of go through those today. Do you want to start with this one, Carrie?
Yeah. And this is one that is really great to have anyway, especially to help with distractions, is having a dedicated study or home office space. Those definitely add value to your house, especially when we saw people starting to work home a lot for the pandemic. I'm sure that is an added feature because more people were working from home.
Right. And so to add value sometimes, I mean, I know I had a closet, for instance, kind of off my kids' room. I mean, they have another closet, but it was kind of like an extra storage thing. I took a bunch of stuff and moved it out of my house and took that little storage area and made it into an office one time. So it was just kind of adding an extra feature to my house where my kids have this quiet room that they can go in and study and read. And it was just kind of their own little private area that would get them away from kind of everybody else in the house when they needed some quiet and downtime. And I mean, I've seen people do it underneath the stairs, like a little, I don't know, like a reading area, kind of like a little nook or something where you can go sit down with on a bench kind of thing and read, or by a windowsill. I mean, there's some really kind of cool things you can do. And a lot of times these little extra features will add a bonus to when you go to sell your house, because I mean, it's oh, look, this is so cute. I mean, I would just totally love to sit down there and curl up and read a book. And so, that's what you're kind of doing for your kids. So why not do it thinking about fast forwarding to selling your home? Okay. The other thing on here too was soundproofing stuff. Like I said, that one room that I kind of took, it got them away. So it was a little bit more quieter. So having those quiet zones, I think, is important too, especially, I mean, a lot of the newer homes have the big grand, or what are they called? Open concept rooms is what I'm trying to say today. I can't talk, sorry. but there's open concept rooms, and it's noisy sometimes that, people running in and running out and doing their own things, and the kids don't really have a spot to work quietly if they need it. So finding that little place might really add some value to your home. And jump in whenever, Carrie, okay?
Yes.
Okay, and this is one I really like. It's like the new smart locks. I mean, like how many kids, like, okay, I mean, I'm old. I'm like 50-ish plus, right? So, but like when we had like a key. You had to have a little key, and then you'd lose the key, and then you'd be locked out of the house. Then your parents had to come home from work earlier. It is so much easier with these smart locks, you guys. You put your finger on the thing, it recognizes your fingerprint, and boom, you're in the house. Or you have to remember a little code or something, which most kids can remember. Because think back when we had to remember 7 numbers for a phone number, and we had like 1,000 of them stored in our head, right?
Yes, yes. Another great feature about those smart locks, we recently went away and had somebody coming into our home to take care of our dogs. And we set a code for that person to have just during the week, and it expired when we got back. So it's good for people to be able to access your home, like trusted people, and then they don't have to worry about a key. Because remember having to go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and have all these keys made. You don't have to do that anymore.
Right. So it just makes life so much easier. And that really appeals to some buyers coming up too, because it's just kind of, they go in and change the code, and you don't need to change the whole entire lock on your door. So kind of is a cool thing.
Yes.
Okay. Next one, organization and storage upgrades. You guys, this is probably one of the biggest ones that I would have to do. It's like just going through and just decluttering and, finding places to put things. And I kind of brought this up before, like a mudroom kind of thing, or a place underneath the stairs, maybe where it's a bench where you could store your shoes underneath. Like you built in like a little seating area where you put your shoes underneath and maybe hang your backpacks up or something. Organizing your kitchen supplies and getting, really maybe it's buying new organizers for your cabinets in your kitchen. So that way, grabbing lunch and making lunches is easier. So all these things kind of add a lot of, it's little things you can do, the small things, but it actually adds value. So when somebody comes in and if you're selling your home and they're doing a walkthrough of your home and they're looking at it and they see all these, how organized things are. Oh my God, I could totally just move right in, throw my stuff in and get going. It's a big seller. It's like these little things that help so much sometimes.
I know I did an open house at one home, and their drawers in their kitchen were very deep. Mm-hmm. And they actually had dividers inside for the plates and for the, cups and all the different sizes of bowls, everything. And it was so cool because everything was just in its place and organized and neat.
Yeah. And just even your closet organizers. Just walking into a house when you're doing an open house or something, everything's like nice and neat and put away, and you can just walk in and go, oh, I can just grab and pull a drawer. There's probably going to be some socks in that drawer. It's kind of cool. So those are some huge ones. Again, it's not a lot, and there's a lot of different ways you can do that right now. Amazon has a ton. There's, you can go custom. There's all kinds of stuff. So
even the dollar store sells some of that organizational stuff. So if you don't have a huge budget, you can start off small and then work your way up to more organization.
Absolutely. Okay. Tech friendly. You guys, lighting. It's so dark here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm just dreading this. I love the sun beating down on my face. Golden hour is like my happiest time of the day. But we're going to get into that dark weather, and it's really hard to see when it's dark. So making sure that maybe you're upgrading your light fixtures is a huge one. Everybody's on their cell phone or on a computer now. So having places where you can put the USB cords and stuff into, having some of those maybe attached to your outlets. I know that we've got a few like that now, and it's awesome because we just have a little shelf, and it's like you just run up and plug in and you're ready to go. And if a guest comes over, it's like, there you go. It's just kind of a nice little feature to have, and it wasn't expensive, but it's something that can really, upgrade your home to make it a little bit more tech savvy.
Yeah, when we redid a couple of our bedrooms, because we're slowly remodeling, we put in the outlets that all have the USB and USB-C. So it's super, super easy. You could just plug your device right into the outlet. So it makes it so much nicer to have it like that.
Yes.
But lighting is a huge thing too. Yeah.
what I can't wait for is I can't wait for someday for all the cords in the whole wide world to go away, and then automatically just goes on because I can't stand all the cords. But hey, we'll get there someday, right? Okay. So the quick things are really what makes the difference, and we talked about a lot of them. Another thing is too is if you've got time and throwing some fresh paint on your house. I mean, it's just bright. I mean, like sometimes walls just get dingy from use and from a couple of years, and the dogs rubbing up against them, rubber, and throwing on a fresh coat of paint just brightens the whole place up and makes it that much more cheerful. Again, thinking about studying in someplace kind of dingy versus someplace bright and welcoming might not be a bad thing. Flooring is another one. I mean, I just saw somebody posted on like Marketplace or something, but they had like some cushiony floors for like maybe like it would be for like your family room or something. So when the kids are down there and they're stuck inside, maybe it's where they can go down and get some energy out for back to school. And if they fall down, they're not going to get hurt on a hard floor. So there's all kinds of cool things you could do that could again just give your family some more options that would be updated selling features. And again, sometimes it's just the small things.
Definitely.
All right. Did I cover them all, I hope?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, you guys. So key takeaways, focus on the study areas. I mean, the kids are spending a lot of time there, and it does help make them more successful. I mean, if they have a nice place to go where it's quiet, where they can sit down and study and be focused and be organized. I mean, it's like when you go to work sometimes and it's like, if your desk is a mess, it's just kind of like, oh no, what do I jump on next? And I got to take care of this. And worse is if you walk in and it's like ready to go. Let's sit down and let's get this done today. So
definitely easier to focus, isn't it, in an organized space?
Absolutely. So focus on your daily life, things that you can do. Again, the small things are some of the most important ones. And isn't this cute? I thought this was fun. You guys, thank you all so much for joining us this week. We will see you next time take place. This is Keeping It Real with Nikki and Carrie. Our contact information is up there, or you can always reach out on social media. We're always available. Thanks so much, and have a great day, everyone.